Hi everyone, this is Jason Zach from the Nathaniel School of Music. In this lesson, we are going to look at a chord exercise using a simple triad, just a three-note chord, but we'll be adding a few more notes to that triad in order to strengthen your weaker fingers, namely the pinky and the ring, which are usually weak. I don't know about you, but generally speaking, the pinky is something you want to really work out, and so is the ring, because the ring is kind of in the middle and it's kind of connected to the other fingers, so it's a bit tricky to actually work it out. So this is a nice exercise which I do with my students, so I think it'll work for you. Now, to do this exercise, get your keyboards out. That's very important. Practice along with me. And you might also want to consider like a book or any kind of a table to practice this particular exercise on. That would also be pretty helpful. So do get yourselves that as well. And before we get started, it'll be nice if you can consider hitting that subscribe button, turning on the bell for regular notifications, and also get my handwritten notes and the notation of each of the exercises on our Patreon page. You'll also have a MIDI file that you can play around with as well. Okay, so let's get cracking. So we are going to start with the forbidden chord for our YouTube channel. What is that? I'm sure a lot of you subscribers by now know. C major. We are going to look at C major in the root position, C, E, G. First inversion, E, G, C. And then second inversion, G, C, E. Okay. So just get used to that. And the first thing we'll do is to hold all the three notes with your first three fingers. That's very important. So whichever inversion, you need to hold all the three notes. So this is the root position. This is the first inversion. Now you might want to use your ring finger here. Try to avoid that. Use your middle. So this one, hold that, get used to a hold, and then the second inversion. You might want to use the ring, which seems natural, but since we are adding more notes, you'll add your middle finger there. So position 1 or root position, first inversion or position 2, second inversion or position 3. So on top of this, we have these two fingers free. So first off, we'll engage the pinky or the little finger of the right hand. I'll be demonstrating most of this exercise for the right hand, but you can do the same with your left as well, or relax the left for this. This is more of a right hand workout. So the pinky will now add C to the party, while the previous or the original three notes are held down. So you don't want to keep it up and then add the C. Neither are we going to arpeggiate it. We are going to do a block of C, hold it, and then train only playing the pinky finger and giving it a fair whack on the C. So okay, to make life a bit interesting, what you could also do is just groove, play something which you enjoy, like pum pum pa pum pum pa da da dum dun da dum ti di di din tin ti ti, but don't do ti di di din ti di di din. Now what I tend to find with beginner students is when you use the little finger, instead of hitting it with the power of the finger and a little bit of the forearm, you tend to chop it because it's not strong enough. So you tend to play like this, like a karate fighter. So this should be avoided because you're essentially not playing the piano with your finger anymore. You're playing the piano with your entire arm. So this exercise will focus on the strength of that finger. See? So that's what you want to do. Start with crotchets. 2, 3. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Maybe double it. Groove. Anything. So let's work out the pinky with respect to the other inversions as well. So E, G, C with the pinky whacking E, which is the octave of the first note. That's how it's going to be. So in the first inversion, your pinky will whack the E, and that was in the root position. And then second inversion, you're grooving with just the pinky finger. So it's quite a workout, as you'll find, because you're isolating that finger. Okay, it can hurt a bit, so do take some breaks. And if you're away from the piano, you can also practice this on any flat surface. It could be a table, it could be a book, it could be just your hand like this, or you can do it on your leg like this. So if you play like something like this, you hold down the 3 and then you add just the pinky. You can do it on your hand like this, or you can do it, you can find it on a book, or before you have your meal, or if you're waiting in a queue, or just kind of jobless in a cab or something, you can just do it somewhere on some surface. So just basically hold down 3 and then practice lifting, well, not just the pinky but also the ring, which we'll see later. So just this. Okay, make sure the surface is not too hard, otherwise it'll hurt your hand. So around here would be good. Okay, so let's revise that once more. Hold down your triad, little finger only. Yes, the ring will move, you kind of can't help that. So don't force that issue, because that's how the biology of the hand is. You can't change that. But you can get some strength in that finger. So pinky, pinky again. Now why I said don't use the ring finger for the inversions is because I want to add a note. So now let's add a note to the ring finger. So whenever you're in the root position, the pinky plays the octave and the ring finger is going to choose one specific interval with respect to the chord. That would be the 6th. Okay? So that will be played with the ring finger. Again, you can hold down all these 4, thumb, index, middle and pinky, and focus your attention just on the ring finger whacking A. That tends to be a bit tougher than the pinky. So practice this slowly, groove it with something. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so for root position, I am adding octave with the pinky and I am adding the 6th or the major 6th with my ring. What do we do with the inversion or the first inversion? You play 3, add the pinky to copy the E up top, and what's the note in between? You guessed it, it's D. So you do C major. There we go. Then we do second inversion. Of course, we save the ring finger to play F. Okay, so adding F. There we go. Quite tricky considering all your other 4 fingers have to be planted down. Okay, now let's make things a bit more creative by using both the pinky and the ring creatively. So however you wish, basically. So hold the triad. So what I like to do is maybe press it and then play something creative with the pinky and the ring and the pinky, which are assigned to A and C. So pa-pum, 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 pa-pum. Okay, and then first inversion. Yep. Go slow. And finally, so you can sneak in another extra note if your hand goes that wide. Kind of flip out your ring finger, or just keep it simple, just keep it rooted there. So we've now added the 6th degree for the root position. We've added the 2nd degree, or the major 9th if you want to call it that, for the first inversion, and we've added the perfect 4th or the 4th scale degree for the 2nd inversion. Okay, so we worked on our finger strength. Let's now be a bit more creative by having some fun practice which you can do for yourself just by looking at alternates. So if you take the root position C, E, G, A, C, these are going to be the sets. This is going to be the set of 5, correct? So what you do is you do alternates. So C, G, E, A, G, C. Okay. Now one workout which I remember from one of my favorite piano players, Jordan Rudess from the band Dream Theater. So you will find him doing this at lightning speed on a table. So that's how I learned this. I think he calls this exercise shortening bread. So it goes. Now you don't have to do it as a finger independence workout or a strength building exercise. You can just fool around and just go in alternates. First of all, just going up and down. Dun, 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 dun. So this could be exercise 1. Now when you do this, you'll realize even for someone like me who has a bigger hand or a palm width, you can benefit from this motion of the wrist by just circling the wrist, cycling it, just going like this. Okay. This will prevent any kind of pain, or at least reduce pain as you play, and also give you a lot more dynamics. If you keep your wrist fixed, what's happening is you're forcing the keys and you lose dynamics. It'll also hurt your hand. So wrist needs to move. Okay. Now coming to the inversion, we're adding the D, remember? So here you'll really need to, now when you move your wrist, don't move your elbow with your wrist. Okay. Minimal elbow movement. Just enough to sweep the keys like this. And then finally, 2nd inversion. And then you can have some fun with this exercise, like stuff like this, songs. Things like that, and you can just fool around with the left hand, maybe playing a pulse. And try to go alternates as much as possible. And then shift your inversions at will, perhaps, based on what you want to do. It'll also train the width or the distance between fingers. If you always play chords in their root position, then your fingers are always in this same in this same width. So with inversions, what will happen is the distance between the index and the middle will change. The middle versus ring will stretch out. So it will train you for different possibilities. So to conclude this lesson, I have 5 very simple exercises to just revise everything. So the first one is what I call as the Peanuts exercise. You'll find this in the Peanuts theme. Okay, that's it. So let's do that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and wait 2 3. Speed it up. You can double it. Can have some fun with that. That's the basic idea. And of course, don't forget to do this with all the inversion points. So we have that notated for you. So if you go and then maybe second, so you go and then if you go second inversion, things like that. So you need to play it across these 3 inversions. This, and this. So the next exercise is pretty simple. It just has an anticipation at the end of bar 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2. Let's get that going. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and you can swing it if you wish. But remember, you're still doing alternates, so try to maintain a pulse in the bass. Invert it. Then okay, let's do one more. So that'll be 1 E and a 2 E and ta 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 ta. So something with 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and dum ta ta dum ta ta dum 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 dum. Okay, bring it to the piano. That's your root position, inversion. First inversion, second inversion. So just a couple more before we sign off. So the fourth one will be ta da da ta da ta ta da 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 ta da ta. It's kind of a vocal phrase in a sense, as I thought of it. Dang 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 ta da pam kadum pum 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 pa da pum chikadum pum pum pa da pum. So that's 1 and 2 and 1 E. Pum 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 pa da pum. So. And then okay, and the last one would be a salsa rhythm called the song Clave. I've discussed a lot of the salsa rhythms in numerous YouTube lessons. We'll leave you a few links in the description. There is also a piano exercise playlist where you'll get a lot more of these exercises to work out your fingers, improve your strength. And you should also check out our chord inversions playlist, where we cover different positions, shapes, and even voicings. Apart from just the inversions, we also talk about voicings. So you might want to check that out at the end of this. So the song Clave would be dum tak dum 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 tak dum dum. Very popular. Dum 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 dum. So and so you can kind of vary it. First cycle, second cycle, you come back to C, E C. And whenever you have a little bit of time, like just maybe 5 minutes a day before your meal, or if you're just sitting and just waiting for something, or stuck in a queue or cab, just practice the same drills. You can refer to the notation, but you can do it on any flat surface, your leg or a book or a sofa or couch or whatever it may be. Right, guys? So hope this. Don't force the issue, or don't overtrain, so to speak, because your hand might get fatigued. So do take breaks. It's important to take regular breaks when you play. And whenever you get a little bit of pain, yeah, you can take breaks or work out something in the left hand, or just listen to some songs, or don't do any music training just for some time. Okay, I hope you have fun with the exercise. Do get a copy of the notation on our Patreon. And if you'd like something structured, you can consider a course at Nathaniel School of Music anytime with our faculty at pretty much any skill level as well. Thanks a ton for watching the video. I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.